this time, we ask you to please rise or remove any hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center here for game number 3, the quarterfinals here, the Phil Herrick Cup playoffs between the visiting Halifax Macs and the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. The Macs looking to close out the series here for the sweep and head on to the semifinals. They'll be the third team to get through, and the Rush looking to scathe off elimination here for at least one more night here to get into tomorrow morning and try and extend this series to next weekend. My name is Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're excited to bring you this action here from the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center. The starting goaltender first for the Macs, number 31, Cale Campbell, a 1-0 record so far. And for the Rush down at the far end is number 1, Mason Doucette. The teams are ready to go. It's Yuza Chukwu and Cohen McNeil here on the opening draw. And we are officially underway now as the Macs will push that one forward off the draw. McLeod partnered it across for McPhee. McPhee through the middle. Haverstock out there on the start here. Suds will loop it back for Creelman. Creelman, first team All-Star this year in the U18 league. It's now Haverstock. And over the blue line, he'll lead the Rush to the trailer. Creelman, opportunity shot there. That one was just wide off the glass. Held in at the line. McPhee around for McLeod, who will rim that one around for Andrea. And it's going to be Haverstock back here for the Macs as he loops it back there for Suds. Suds up the left wall. That'll get by the intended target and all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Yuza Chukwu in on the forecheck. Both D will change here for the Macs as league MVP Jax Guinness in somewhat of his home barn here as he's going to lead the Rush now with a head of steam. Down 1-on-3. A shot there and smothered up by Doucette. And he'll hang on for the whistle here. So Macs, an 8-1 victory in game number 1, and then a 12-0 victory in game number 2. So like I said, looking to end things here on this brisk but sunny Saturday evening here from Member 2 Nova Scotia. So we're back underway here. Welsh, an assist already in the series. Treewin took a bump. Puck goes up the right side now as Gideon down the inside the zone. Guinness on him. Fleming in to help out as well. All the way up to the right side blue line, left side blue line rather. Bass Christmas in on the forecheck. An assist to his name so far is Guinness on the left side. Beautiful saucer pass to the far side for River Welsh. Welsh slides it underneath for Fleming. Fleming had it poked off his stick. As Berman now turned it over. Dangerously shot there, save Doucette. Rebound, another save. As the Rush try and clear, and that one's going to be lofted into the Rush bench. So we'll have a stoppage in play here. Faceoff's going to come back down inside the Rush zone here. Just to the left side of the goaltender Doucette. Puck is down. Shearer poked that puck forward and right off the draw is MJ Bottomley. 2 goals, 2 assists here so far in the first round of the playoffs. Another faceoff right back where we started. Shearer on the draw against Ethan Miller. Miller able to find that puck as he'll move it around for McPhee. McPhee, look for him to log a few minutes here in this one. That's going to be a foot race back the other way. Breen poked it free. Miller now through the middle for Shearer. Shearer, nice move in over the blue line. Tries to pull, fire, shot, rebound there, and off the side of the net there was Bottomley with a secondary chance. And now the whistle's going to go. The net off the pegs. And we'll have a stoppage of play here. So the Weeks Majors through in a 3-game sweep. The Steel Subarus through on a 3-game sweep. And the Max looking to be the third team to do so here. Pretty good start for them so far. 3 shots on goal. Not a whole lot of defensive zone time now as the puck is down. The recent call up for the Shawinigan Cataracts. Ian Lovett out there for the Max. Breen cycles it down deep. In behind is Strong. Having a very strong rookie season. Liver tied for the league in points this season. And a first-team All-Star to boot out there as well. Miller blew a tire. Rush looking for the exit here. Miller. 2 Millers down there. Down low, off the glass. That's going to come all the way out into the neutral zone. Breen, good read there. Now it's going to be stopped up, and it's going to be a hand pass, says the official on the backside. So the face-off's going to come just outside the Max blue line here. So if you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in here. The Phil Herritt Cup playoffs. Phil Herritt, if you're unknown of the name, just an absolute legend of the U18 league here. Has done a lot for this league, more specifically, from what I remember, for the Cole Harbour organization. Yuzuchuku in over the line. He's got Haverstock with him. Shot there. Doucette the save, and he will cover it up with a few red jerseys right on the doorstep here. My first look at the Max on the mic here. Former team way back in the day. Before the jerseys looked this nice, that's for sure. Nothing better than playoff hockey, folks. And we're here for it the whole way through. So McLeod now off the draw. Rims it around to the far side. Laporte looking for it. Now Luke Andrea chips it in behind. Now is McLeod in behind his own goal. He'll stop up. He's going to be flushed out the right side. Moves it up to the wing, into the middle for support. Andrea got a skate on it and moves it out into the neutral zone. Now is Creelman. Stick lift. Sides. Great job to Creelman coming underneath with support. Good job on the anchor there. In over the line now he goes. Slides it to the middle. Haverstock driving the back post. Unable to find it now. Andrea blows a tire through the middle of the ice. Suds in his hometown here, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Moves it up the left side. Guinness turns it over. Now he's going to work in over the line. Jax Guinness, nice move, still with it. One extra move forced him to lose possession as he takes Gideon down. Now opportunity. Guinness shot there off the shoulder. Doucette the rebounds loose in the high slot, and Bass Christmas now back the other way. He leaves it over to the right side. Gideon in there to help out. Guinness strips of the puck, looking for his options. Had it torn off his stick. Gideon now looking for an option. He's going to go back up top. McLean couldn't hang on. Sullivan now in a good foot race. Puck's inside the line, and now we're going to have a penalty. And it's going to be a hooking call against Carter Sullivan. I must have missed it. Looked like on the forecheck there, I suppose. So regardless, we're going to get a look at the first power play here for the Rush. Good opportunity to strike first here. Puck is down now as McLeod. McPhee tried the seam pass, but Welsh must have been watching the film as he blocked that one. Now it's going to be dumped all the way down. Looking for the bank pass. They're going to get it here. Fleming a shot there shorthanded and fought off there by Doucette. Sam Fleming pins it up against the wall. Just an absolute fantastic individual effort there. Took 3 Rush players to clear him of the puck, and now it's going to be worked over to the right side, just ahead of the intended target. So the Rush look to get set up. Little dump and chase as Miller will get on it. Trewin, the Halifax Mooseheads prospect, chipped that one free. Back over to the right side now, just inside the right Rush zone. Morrison looping, waiting for his recruits. Through the middle of the ice now as he works over to the left side. He's going to dump it in, try and switch sides. Campbell got a stick on it. Good job there as he slowed that down, but it bounced over the stick. Centering pass out front, couldn't get it to go. Shearer in a foot race here now. Will Shearer down the right side. 2-on-1 forming. Slides it over to Odell. Shot, they score! Carter Odell's first of the playoffs comes at a pretty big time, and it's a power play goal here for the Max, and they'll strike first here in game number 3. Real good look there. Will Shearer will pick up his second assist here of the playoffs. Faked the shot, kind of forced Doucette to get in position and slid it over to Carter O'Dell with a wide open net, and he makes no mistake there. So my mistake, folks. I got a little amped up there for the first goal, but it was a shorthanded goal for the Max. As the power play continues here. Now Shearer turned it over. He's going to loft it back in the rush zone. McLean back for it. So Blake Boutlier will pick up the secondary assist. That's his third apple of the playoffs, and now that dump-in's going to hit the netting, and that's going to be a whistle here, so the face-off's going to come outside. 14:30 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 Max, 6-0 the shots on goal so far. Well, a short-handed goal to start here. And 30 seconds left to go here on the rush power play. The puck is down, clean win for Andrea. Berman. Gonna rip that in. Campbell got a stick on it. That slowed it down long enough that Creelman was able to win a foot race. Bottomley looking for that puck to squirt free. Great job on the defensive side between him and the defender. Now Suds in his own end. He's gonna loft that one up. Yuzuchukwu picks it up in the air. Nice little play. Tried to chip it through the middle, but it got knocked off his stick now as they'll collide down in the corner. Bottomley battling, tried to drag it to the front of the goal, but Andrea there in a good defensive position as now the power play is over here for the Rush. Nothing really doing for them on this one. It's through the middle now. Bottomley. He takes a bump, finds the red line, and he fires that back in deep, bouncing over the stick of Doucette. Peel it over the corner. Evan Liver tried to center to Creelman, who was sneaking in. Now Liver switches sides for Strong. Suds activated down there as well. As they tie up in the left corner now. Berman in behind his own goal. He'll stop up. Liver in front of the net. Max will get into position here defensively. Rush looking to get swooping here on the breakout now, and a good feed through the middle. Owen McNeil there tried to toe drag. Suds knocked it off his stick as he'll move it up the left side. Evan Liver got a piece of it. That'll negate the icing. McPhee back. Partners it across from McLeod, who hits the brakes, goes back the other way. He's being pressed from both sides. Try to work it through the middle dangerously now. Liver. Spin around pass out front into the slot. Guinish steps in, drags, shoots, and that was blocked by Miller. And back goes McNeil the other way. McNeil walks in, drags, shoots there. He tried to go short glove side, and he missed that just on the right side of the net now as it's going to be picked up by Guinish. Guinish down the right side. Still with it. Centers into the high slot. Tried to go back door was Liver. As Guinish and Trewin both in there in the offense. The Rush now through the middle. Got a stick on it, but that's as far as it'll get. Now as Captain Trewin will pick it up through the middle, right onto the stick of Yuzuchukwu. Haverstock now, he'll collect. And over the line, chips it deep. Yuzuchukwu on the puck. Centering out front, Haverstock, a one-time shot there. Doucette in good positioning, and he was able to make that save. So now we're going to have some pushing and shoving in front of the net here, some extracurricular activity, as we like to say. .13 left to go here in the first period. So the only other game in action here will be the Cape Breton West Islanders, who lead the Valley Wildcats 2-0 in their series, and they have a tough task, the Valley Wildcats, heading down to the Al McGuinness Sports Center to try and continue their season here in the winner's bracket. Now as Tree won a shot, blockered away by Doucette. Pass Christmas. Turned it over in front of the goal. Rush can't find it. Up the right side. Gideon now. He's out-muscled there by Guinish. Guinish. And behind his net. Looking for Trewin. Puck comes loose and McKay finds it. 3-on-2 forming here for the Max. Guinish up the left side. He'll lead the charge. McKay, F2. Over to the trailer. Haverstock shot there on the blocker side. Nice save, Doucette. Gideon now. He's not going to get the red line, so that's going to be an icing. Scale came out to play it, but the call was made. So an icing charge to the Rush here. And we'll go back down into their end zone here on the left side of Mason Doucette. I lied. It's on the blocker side. Puck is down now. Trying to fish it over the crowd is Sullivan. Fleming battling as well, but it's McLean who comes away with it. Now the rush. They're going to loft one up in through the middle of the ice. Boutlier back for Breen. Up the left side. Now has Fleming got a stick on as that one's going to go just inside the rush zone, and they're just going to turn and loft it back the other way. And it's going to be Guthrow there first for the rush. Guthrow had Boutlier on him. He'll come away with that puck. And Boutlier's going to lead the rush here as he works right down Broadway here. Now lofted up over again. Breen quickly across. Sullivan. Great job by Welsh to get back on side. Always hustling around the ice. Breen pulls it out of a crowd as he works across the blue line. Fires a shot there. He scores. Joseph Breen, second goal of the playoffs. And he will double down here for the Max on their 10th shot of the game. And it's 2-0 here, Halifax. Definitely the start the Max we're looking for here. Took the bus up here today. Looks like the bus legs are gone as they've started here in a hurry. Now is McNeil. Nice little move. He's going to find some space. Still with it. Spins around. He'll fire it across the blue line. That one will stay in. As McLeod took a hit to make a play. Suds in the corner. So Sullivan and Welsh with the assist. That'll be Welsh's second apple. And Sullivan will get himself on the board here in the playoffs. Back up top for Suds. Suds fires a shot there through a crowd. Tons of bodies in front. Nice hit down there in the corner. Walking in. Passed out front. What a save Doucette as Shearer was open on the back post. And now in all alone is McNeil. One-on-one. Shot there off the bar. Rebounds loose. Another save Campbell. Nothing like a point-blank breakaway for your first grade A chance of the game. He comes up big for his teammates here. Shearer got in on the forecheck. Bottomley as well. Cross-ice pass just in front of us now. That'll get by Guinness, but it's Treewin back here for the Max. Collecting in his own zone. He'll stop up in behind the goal. Looking to settle things down here. Up the left side for Odell. Odell takes a hit. Puck goes through the neutral zone and just inside the rush defensive end. Off the glass. Out to the blue line, brought back in, so the Max are going to be able to play it here as Shearer collects. He had that poked off his stick. Now is Gideon trying to get free. Guinness fired that cross ice into a soft space all the way across. Now as Morrison will partner it across for his partner McPhee. McPhee up to the red line, tipped. And no icing on the play. Treewin. Use that net for protection. Now he's going to find some spaces. He'll head through the neutral zone, and that's going to be offside just at the final second there. So we will have our first TV timeout. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look at the head-to-head matchups here between these two from the season. All right, so just about finished the first Time Out in Sports TV timeout here. The face-off's going to come in the neutral zone just outside the rush blue line. And there you have it. The buzzer goes. Lovett and Lewis here on the draw. Right off the draw, the Max are going to rip it in the corner. Liver initiates contact down there. He's going to come away with that puck. Liver, go to the corner. Up for Guinness. Back down low for Liver on the left wing side. Cross-ice pass. Love it. Real smooth skater. Over to the left side. Guinness on the seam looking for Treewin. Treewin tried to fire towards the goal. It was off a stick, but he'll continue on here. Treewin finds that loose puck. Guinness, he'll hold it. Strong backdoor there for Liver. It was just on his backhand. Couldn't get himself turned around in time. Now saucer pass through the seam. Guinness shot there off the mask of Doucette. Under fire here in the first period. So that one's going to be Chipped off the wall. Now back the other way. 2-on-1 forming here. Good back check from Liver. Throws a check that'll eliminate F2. And now Treewan's able to come away with that puck and loft it safely into the neutral zone now. McLeod, he walks in, try to make a move. Couldn't get around Guinness with the good active stick. Now it's going to be chipped to the blue line, but not out. Gideon with some space. Finds Andrea, bounced over his stick, and now the Macs are going to go the other way in transition here. Cooper Strong. Tried to center. Hit the skate. Now it's Lovett. He's going to turn and burn here. Up the left side now is Breen. A goal already in the game. Couldn't hang on long enough to get a shot off as the Rush are going to go back the other way here. Down the right side. Kingston Laporte couldn't hang on. And look at Bootlier go now. Good head of steam as he heads through the neutral zone. Right side, tried to make a move. Couldn't get around the defender. Great play by Berman. Chipped all the way through the neutral zone. That'll get by Guthrow. Former Halifax Wolverine Nate McKay will find that loose puck. He'll move it across to his partner Breen. Breen. You see that puck bounce down into your screen now. Back the other way now, all the way down into the Max end. Campbell will leave it there. Bootlier trying to make a move off the net, but Guthrow got a stick on it. Now he's Chukwu. Chipped it to himself. He'll head north. He's got Haverstock with him. Down the right side, Chukwu tried to fire a shot. Fanned on it as the puck comes loose now is McKay. Centers off the side of the goal. Dusek got a stick on it. McPhee takes a hit. Puck comes free. Laporte looking for it. Good battle there from McKay. Back to the point. Breen in front tip. That one just goes wide. Just over 6 minutes to go here now in the first period. Deacon McPhee didn't want to take any chances. He wasn't quite able to get it out, but the puck will exit the zone now, and we're going to have a penalty behind the play here as Haverstock was taken down. And the Max touch up as Campbell to the bench for the extra attacker here. Through the middle, Welsh. He'll find the puck with some speed as he works through the neutral zone now. In over the blue line, Sullivan dropped it back, and now it's going to be touched up here. And we'll wait for the official call, and it's going to be a slashing call. All part of Nash Haverstock's game. Get in your face. A little agitator, if you will. So it's going to be Deacon McPhee, 2 minutes for slashing. And now we're going to get a look at the first Max power play here as they lead 2-0. 13-2, the shots on goal in favor of Halifax here. Puck is down, the power play underway now. Creelman. They're going to switch sides here. Creelman walks right down the right side, backdoor for Shearer, and he was just a little tardy getting there. Liver, partnered across. Back down low for Lovett. Lovett works around the top of the circle. Good head of steam. Fires a shot that was blocked. Rebound in front there was Fleming. And he is going to be stopped by Doucette here. So good start to the power play here for the Arches. So no Jacob Dunn here for the Rush. Not sure the situation on that one. We'll switch sides here. Creelman back for Liver. Liver back down. Left side post Shearer. Tried to slide it through the crease. Successful in doing so, but no stick there to tap it home. Liver will work around up top again. He'll move it back for Creelman. Creelman back down for Shearer. Shearer through his legs. And Lovett got it there. He wanted to make sure he corralled it. Now Liver and Creelman. They'll switch sides. Creelman faked it to the net for Shearer, who works around the top. Liver now. Opportunity, shot there through a crowd. Doucette the save. Rebound is free, and that's going to be cleared the length all the way to the blue line at least. As back for it here is Liver. Liver flushed out the left side of the net. Just under a minute to go here in the power play. Now is Liver through the neutral zone. 4-on-2 now. Shearer moves it over the right side. Welsh in front, chipped in front. They score. Will Shearer looked like he got the final touch there, and that's going to be his second goal of the playoffs and his second point tonight. It looks like he's got the backs of the skates untucked here. Not sure how long that's been going on, but I do remember him doing the full tuck. These hockey players, they're wired a little bit differently, so 3-0 lead here for the Max. 4:54 left to go here in the first period, and that's a power play goal. And we'll wait to see the official apples on that one, but we do know it was Shearer who tucked it home. Real good passing from the Max there on the power play. The right side, McNeil. He'll hold, he'll shoot, he scores! Cohen McNeil, second of the playoffs, and he'll cut into the lead here as it's 3-1 now. That's the second time he's tried that shot. This time he is successful, and the Rush are on the board. So back to center ice we go. 4:43 left to go now. Puck is down. Pushed back by the Max. Treewin will rip a laser across for Guinish. Guinish in over the line. He'll fire across ice. Fleming on that loose puck. Always liked Fleming's game. Down low. Welsh spins off a defender. Sullivan picks up the loose puck. He'll rip it around there for Treewin. Treewin towards the front of the goal. Tip there. That one goes wide. Fleming on the loose puck. Worked around. All the way back up top. Backdoor pass there. Wasn't able to get enough lumber on it. So that one's Shearer. So Shearer from Welsh and Liver on goal number 3. And we'll get the Rush situation there. So Evan Liver picks up his 8th point of the playoffs, his 7th assist. 1 goal, 7 assists so far for him.
Sydney Mitsubishi Rush goal scored by number 89, Cohen McNeil.
McPhee now through the middle. Now Bottomley pokes it free. MJ Bottomley down the left side. He holds, shoots. Banks at the second one. Good hand-eye coordination there from MJ Bottomley. So that was McNeil from Morrison on the Rush goal. Puck is down. That one's going to exit the zone here. All the way back for Creelman as he'll loop back in his own zone. Stopped up in behind the net. Suds will open up on the left side. Odell the option on the left. Creelman now. Over to Shearer with speed. Shearer in over the line. Drag, shoots there. That one hit the side of the goal. Fooled me there for a sec. Comes all the way back for Suds. Quickly across for Creelman. Creelman down low for Shearer. Good job to widen it out here for the Max. Suds through the seam. Shearer, opportunity, shot there, and we're going to have a penalty in front. And it's going to be an interference call. And it looks like it's going to go on number 12, Sam Fleming. So the Rush will head back to the power play. And sorry, it's going to go on Carter Odell. One of the top prospects here named to that list. So he's a little bit confused, but he'll look for his teammates to kill this off here. 3:19 left to go. Slap shot coming. That one was well high. And behind the goal now. All the way around. McLeod wasn't able to hold the line. And back down into the Rush end. Doucette thought about going after it. Strong in on the forecheck. He'll cause a ruckus down there, and that'll slow things down on the Rush breakout. Poked off the stick. Lovett. He's got Strong all alone. Strong back to Lovett. Shot. Big save, Doucette. How did that stay out? What a save there, Mason Doucette. When the Max were looking for their second shorthanded goal of the period. And a great right save there, right pad save rather, from Doucette. That's one of those ones where you get that puck in front of the net. I've been there a few times now. Teams were a little bit smarter to leave me open, of course, but Strong was in there. And you look up and you have no one anywhere near you. He slid it back to Lovett. But a real good save as Lovett just couldn't quite get it elevated enough. But the Max, they don't slow down here. Down a man, still continuing on now as Yuzachukwu presses his man. Now he'll find that loose puck and he's going to send it the length here. It's now McKay, full force press here. Berman back. McKay turned it over. Andrea takes a bump. Puck will come back for Berman. Berman spins off a checker. Up the right side now for McNeil. Got both goals for the Rush in this series. Nice little move. Carries it inside the zone. He's going to hang on to it. Works around the top of the circle. Thought about shooting it. Had to loop back. McNeil under the stick. Nice move. Now through the legs. He's going to find some space. Shot there, and that one just goes wide. That would have been an absolute beauty there from Cohen McNeil, but he comes up a little short on the shot. Now the Max looking to exit. Breen, good job on the wraparound shot there as he was able to get the puck out of the zone. That'll force the rush to re-rack here. Coach McCarthy didn't want to take a high twig over there on the bench as you saw him duck for cover. McNeil, 17 seconds left to go in the rush power play. Turned over, Breen trying to make a move. Had it poked off his stick. Now Haverstock will get in on the forecheck. He'll turn it over. Haverstock there almost had a chance. 6 seconds left to go here in the Odell penalty. As Miller loops in his own zone. Haverstock on him the whole way. And now Miller, as the penalty expires, Odell back to play. And now Miller will get in there. Breen got in his way. Bootlier will chip it back for Breen on the left side. Breen takes a bump, but he gets it to Haverstock. Love it. Coming through on support. Picked it up for a moment. Turned it over. Max had to be careful here. Almost too many men at the bench. As now Guinness walks in. Guinness, nice move. Couldn't get around both defenders as he tried to walk right down Broadway there. Now chip free. Love it. Back there for Guinness. Very small detail of the game. Cover for your D-man who comes into the offensive zone. Little things like that get you noticed, and there's a reason. Love it. Got the call up, amongst other things. Now as Guinness walks in, he'll walk in over the line. Nice backhand toe drag. Center is out into the crease. And nobody home for the Max. 30 seconds left to go here in the first period. Chipped free. Gideon, nice little return. Tried to send it back to him as Lewis. And the Max will loft it up. Haverstock. He took a bump there as the puck comes to Bass Christmas. He'll turn at the red line and fire it in deep. Campbell out to play it. 15 seconds left to go here in the first. Guinness steps out. He'll fire it over the right side. Trewin picked it up. Nice move. Fires it hard across the left side onto the stick of Sullivan. Sullivan enters the offensive zone. Tipped in front. Lovett got a stick on it. The puck was free. 2 seconds left to go. And that will do it here for the first 20 minutes of play. It's a 3-1 lead for the Max after 20 minutes. The shots on goal after the first period, 20-3 in favor of the Max. So we'll head to the intermission. We'll have a flood and we'll be back with second period action. You're watching the 2026 Nova Scotia U18 Major Hockey Playoffs here on High Button Sports. We'll be back shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center here for second period action of the Phil Herritt Cup playoffs. The quarterfinal matchup, game number 3 here between the Max and the Rush. The Golden Arches took a 3-1 lead into the second period here. We'll start at even strength. And the shots after the first period were 20-3. So it looks like the Rush are making their way back onto the bench here. They're just going to get out here in the nick of time. 10 seconds left up on the clock. Max have been ready here for a couple minutes. It looks like we're all squared away here. We'll wait for the final buzzer to go, and there it is right there. 20 minutes going up on the board. Both teams ready to go. We'll switch sides as we normally do, and we are underway here for the second period. So right off the draw is the Max take possession. Cohen McNeil loops it back for McLeod. All the way inside now, chipped in the Max zone. They're going to head out on the exit here as Welsh through the middle, looking for the feed. It's going to be chipped past into the zone. Little miscommunication there, but a shot off the chance there, and the puck's still going to be loose. Fleming down there, he'll find the loose puck. Centering pass there, looking for Sullivan out front. That'll escape him. Creelman back up top for Suds. Suds finds a hole towards a goal, stopped by Doucette. Sam Fleming back to the point. Suds quickly across for Creelman. Now it's Andrea. He's got a man streaking, and McNeil couldn't get it through as Creelman. Real good active stick there. Now as the Max will put it inside the zone, and Welsh will head for a change here. Lofted up and over everybody. Bouncing down in the blue line. Ice or offside waved off. Miller couldn't hang on. McPhee finds the loose puck. McNeil took a bump there from Treewin. Creelman reversed it around the far side. Good job by Odell. He released from the left wing side as he was able to collect that puck. Now Fleming over the right side. Treewin, the only man there for the Max. So he'll get in on the forecheck. Right into the glove. He'll hang on. Oh, front for Bottomley, and he was double teamed there, so he wasn't able to get the puck. Now Treewin held that puck. Stick on the ice, folks. Look what happened there. All it did was lead with his stick on the ice, and he ended up turning it over now as Odell gets in there. All the way up the left side. Guinness holds the line. Lost one up and over. Now back the other way goes Angus Huey McLean. In through the middle, turned it over. Yuzuchukwu up for Shearer. Shearer has got Odell on the left side. Couldn't quite get it square to him, so now he had to slow up just a little bit to keep himself on side. Now he's pinned up in the far wall. MJ Bottomley in there. Good Fairview boy out there for the Max. And now the Rush are back the other way. Delayed penalty here coming to the Max as Doucette to the bench for the extra attacker. The Max will touch up, and that will be a penalty. So we'll wait to see. It's MJ Bottomley. 2 minutes for slashing. So the Rush will head back to the power play here. 0 for 2 so far. A little Fairview chop there. Actually, just right across the road from where I grew up is where the Bottomleys were. Won't give you too much information. Don't want you knocking on their doors. It's Haverstock. Got a chance to clear. It somehow escapes. Now Yuzuchukwu in a foot race, and he's going to get there first. Picks it off the sidewall, stops up, cuts to the middle. Chance short-handed there, couldn't pull the trigger.
Slashing, 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Bottomley slashing at 2.
Rush heading back on the power play breakout as McNeil, the goal scorer. And over the blue line, and that one into the feet of Andrea. And that one's going to be whistled on the offside here. So 1:33 left to go here in the Rush power play. Max doing a good job of stepping up at the defensive blue line and forcing the Rush to either make a move or chip it in behind. On this particular instance, they tried to make a dangle, and it forced them offside. Luke Andrea in on the forecheck. Breen all the way around. Good job there to hold the line. McLeod turned it over now as Lovett. He's off to the races. In all alone, Lovett to the backhand, and he couldn't put it home off the side of the goal. Good job by Doucette to track there on the speedy Lovett. Now McNeil. Away with Andrea. McNeil tried to fire a shot there through the crease. Andrea didn't have his stick on the ice, so that one gets by him. And now back goes Ian Lovett. Down the right side with a head of steam. He'll drive to the front of the net there. Just couldn't get the stick on the puck as he rolled through the crease. Good defensive play there by the Rush. Love it. On the saucer pass, now it's Miller, in over the line, left it there. Bass Christmas, opportunity shot there, Campbell to save. Rebound comes loose. 40 seconds left to go in the Bottomley penalty. Nice move, McNeil, couldn't get freed. Stops up. Max full force press here on the penalty kill. McNeil, nice exchange there with Coda Lewis. Breen up on him, now Lewis trying to slow it down. Max clogging the side, not giving them much room. Saucer pass out front there. Nice save, Cale Campbell on the one-time chance. Point blank opportunity for the rush. And a big save there from the Max netminder. 10 seconds left to go. Bottomley back to his feet, as you just see there on your screen. He's ready to return. And over the line, shot there into the glove of Campbell, and he'll have to wait another 2 seconds. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in here, wherever you'll be watching from. Creelman, right off the wall, bouncing puck, could be a chance here as Bottomley out of the box, strong and just under his stick. Now into the trailer, Liver walks in, shot, that was blocked there. Another opportunity there from Bottomley, and that was stopped. Sorry, that was Strong. Bottomley head to the bench for a change, all the way out into the high slot. Suds lost the puck, he'll have to retreat, fires it across for Creelman. Creelman quickly up ice, blocked there by Berman, as that's going to go back down inside the Max zone here. Suds walks out. And over the line go the rush. Gideon back for his D-man. Up the left side now. Lewis, cross corner dump. Creelman the first there for it. Centered out front off the skate of Yuzuchukwu. Now it's going to come all the way out into the neutral zone, and it's going to be lofted back in there by Morrison. Suds in behind his own goal. Through the middle of the ice, Creelman chips it to himself. Lost it in his feet. And had a hard time corralling here, so I'll move it across. Yuzuchukwu. Try to get it in deep, but it was Morrison who picked it off. Through the middle now, Bass Christmas. Slowed up, he takes a bump there from Guinness, who left it there. Now in a shot from the distance. He is going to be smothered up here by Cale Campbell. Face off to the right side of Campbell here. Morrison off the draw, through a crowd. Campbell finds it the whole way, and he will hang on. First all-star team here for the Max: Chandler, Bell, Riley, Creelman, Evan Liver. A few names here. They have a couple on the second all-star team, Trewin and Shearer. Best GAA in the league was Campbell and Bell. And volunteer of the year, Shyla and Cliff Bear. So congratulations to all of them. And there's a list of award winners on the Nova Scotia U18 Major Hockey League website, and it's not all about the individual awards, but it certainly helps create a team atmosphere, that's for sure. Obviously, the ultimate prize being the Phil Herrick Cup. And I think every player and award winner would trade what they got for a championship. So, that said, back to play as the puck goes out into the neutral zone. Trewin back for it here. He'll fire it up through the neutral zone. Guthrow finds a lane. Now Guinness also finds a lane as he heads back here in transition. In over the blue line now. Stops up, looking for the trailer. He's going to move it up top. Trewin shot there. Good, smart shot, looking for the tip. That one goes wide. Guinness. Cross ice. Trewin will blast there on the one-timer, and that's going to find the back of the net. As Logan Trewin picks up his third goal of the playoffs. And it's 4-1 Max. Back to center ice we go, 13:25. Won't try and do the math for you. Nearing 7 minutes. Off the draw, through the middle, right onto the tape. Beautiful saucer for Shearer. He's going to have a lane here. Takes a shot, blows the stick of his opponent right out of his hand. Now is Odell. Works out of the corner. Left it there for Shearer. Shearer thought about cycling it. Nice move there from the third-year forward. Backdoor there for Odell. Just a little too much sauce on the pasta there. And over the line go the rush. That was Lewis. McNeil comes in. He'll throw a hit. Back to the point. Nearly turned it over. Shearer will have to come collect that one. Tried to chip it. Bottomley was off to the races had he got it through, but it was blocked by the rush before they could get in. McNeil now. Cycles it down low. Lewis. Out of the corner. I want to hit down there and back the other way go the Max. 3-on-2 forming here. It's Shearer on the F1. He moves over to the left side for Odell. Odell back for Bottomley in the high slot. Shot there. Nice save, Doucette. Great zone entry there from the Halifax Max. The standard F2 to the back post wasn't the play there. And they were able to open it up on the backside, hit the trailer Bottomley. But Doucette, real nice save with the blocker now as he'll stop it up in behind his own net now as the rush look to get situated here on the breakout. Stretch pass up the far side. Suds picked it off. He's going to wait for his teammates to get back on side, and now they will. Over to the right side for Strong. He leaves it there. Love it. Shot towards a goal, kicked aside by Doucette. Now in behind. Liver back up top to the point. Suds quickly across for Creelman. Creelman for Lovett. Works around the top. He'll fire it back for Suds. Back door. Creelman shot. That was blocked by Berman. I'm not sure if he knew, but I'm sure he felt it. There's now Lovett back in his own defensive side of the neutral zone as he'll leave it there for Creelman on the exchange. Creelman, real good job. Opened up. Created some space now. In over the line. Liver looking back door for Strong. Just blocked before it could get there now as Lovett fired it across the far blue line. Creelman was down deep, so he had to come back and find that one. Strong got himself back on side. Good job there, Liver, on a hustle play. The Cape Breton Eagles prospect. Down the left side is McLean. Got Creelman on him. Tried to center. It was blocked before it could get there by the stick of Creelman, and now it's going to go up the left side for Lovett. Lovett through the neutral zone. He's taken down. Trying to clear. Max maintained possession. Opportunity shot there. Liver the save, and the rebound was there for a moment. But Mason Doucette stays strong, and he'll cover it up here. So face-off will remain down inside the rush zone here. 29-7 the shots here in favor of the Max. Mason Doucette under siege here. Having himself a pretty solid game in my opinion. 25 saves through a period and a half. It's Haverstock. Turns it over, finds Uzuchukwu. He's got Treewin back door, and he got a stick on it, but that's as far as it'll get. As Treewin was looking for his second of the game, and now he'll retreat back to his position. Good job by Nate McKay to hold down the defense while he was inside the zone. As McPhee tried to center, hit escape, but he gets it right back. Gideon tried to get that one inside the zone. Back for Deacon McPhee, up the strong side, turned over, Uzuchukwu. Lost it to Andrea, and now McKay picks it up. Treewin fires a cross ice and heads up over there. Quick souvenir for those youngsters up there. They'll get to go home with a game puck. Not sure if anybody noticed, but the pucks have the nice league logo on them, so a little better souvenir than just the plain old biscuit. Welsh in there on the forecheck. He'll cause a stir long enough for the rush to hand it over to the Max here, but they're going to get it back. Trying to work out of the zone here. McLeod battling down there. Welsh and Fleming actually. So we've got Laporte and McLeod in there for the rush. It's poked free. Breen works down the left side, looking for his options. Tries to center, does, off a stick. And the puck comes free now as Bootlier will cycle it deep. Miller. That's Austin Miller. He's pinned up against the wall. Sullivan, good job in the F3 position as he eased off. No sense having three caught below the goal line. Now a shove play at the side of the goal. Was lofted up and over now as Breen on the right side. He'll work to the middle of the ice. He's going to fire a shot through. That was blocked by Guthrow. Sullivan now. He's going to get the red line. He works in. Triple team there. Able to find Welsh, though, on the come-through. And now that one's going to be up into the crowd. And that will bring us to the High Button Sports TV timeout. So we'll take a short break. And we will be right back. All right, that'll do it there for the TV timeout. We'll get the clock back situated here. 8:59 left to go. Face off in the rush zone. One cleanly here. Creelman collects off the draw into the high slot. Bottomley tried to turn and fire. Fanned on the attempt as he takes a bump. And now it's Suds. Moves it back there for Creelman. Creelman cross ice for Odell. Carter Odell, the first-year forward here. He'll chip it in. Great good chip there to a quiet zone. That's going to allow his team to win a foot race there, and they do. And Bottomley takes a hit to make a play, something you've seen quite a bit out of him. That was Suds. Worked it back for Shearer. Shearer winds, fires, tipped in front, but it was tipped wide. Odell reaching forward. Heads up there. Suds went for the hit, but he took the worst of it. And now it's back the other way. Andrea tried to chip it through the middle. It was Shearer back. And now Odell, he takes a bump, and I'll have some words there for McPhee. Got a chance to meet Deacon McPhee and Luke Andrea on Media Day this year, as well as Odell and Creelman. Always nice to get an inside look at their personalities. Just regular kids playing hockey. A fun day that I'm definitely looking forward to next year if it does happen. Feels like a lifetime ago now. So face off just outside the Max blue line here. McNeil and Live are getting acquainted over there on the wing. Trewin up for Strong. Strong now in over the line. Centering pass, backhand chance, rebound for Liver. That one was poked off his stick. He's pinned up in the corner. Halfway through the game here now is Liver. Taking a beating down there, but continuing on. Love it. Takes a hit. McPhee and his teammate tangle up. Now Andrea, a little chip pass there as McNeil trying to get free. But it's Guinness there who will touch up first. And that'll be whistled on the icing here as Guinness, big smile on his face, but no surprise there. I don't think I can remember a time where I got to saw Jax Guinness at the rink with both the chiclets showing. Guy has a great time all around. Now, obviously, it's a little bit easier to have a good time when you're up a couple goals. And some of his old friends here, I'm sure. So face off one. Trewin thought about pouncing down. He does. But the puck's going to go back the other way. Liver turned it over. He'll have to wait. Good heads up at the blue line as his team had to re-rack there. Now McNeil's going to go back the other way. Poked off his stick. Guinness in behind the goal. He's going to pick it up with a head of steam here. Jax Guinness jumps over the forechecker, and now he's going to work his way through the neutral zone. Moves over to the right side for Strong. Strong tries to return the favor, but into the skates there of McLean. Now Guinness turned it over, drags, shoots there. It was blocked in front by Morrison. Love it. Around the top. Takes a bump there. Now Bass Christmas with an opportunity. He was off to the races, and now we're going to have a penalty here. And now we're going to have some punches thrown here. And the gloves are off. Or one glove is off here anyways. Now Liver's helmet is going to get launched. They're still going over in front of the bench there. Someone, that's Morrison, throwing punches at Lovett. So he's just going to head right to the tunnel. Now Trewin will go and grab some of his gear, and it looks like Cohen McNeil still going at someone. Temper starting to flare here. So Bass Christmas was actually off to the races there when all that started to transpire at center ice. Now both coaches are going at it here on the bench. And I think Coach Boyce is going to get the boot here. So tempers flaring here, emotions at an all-time high. So the original call was on the rush at center ice here. So we're going to wait to get situated. The officials got the notepads out here. So We'll have to maybe take a look at the old game sheet here, folks, to keep track of this one. McPhee and Treewin. Not a whole lot of bad blood going on there. Two good cats here, just waiting to get the information. Now we're going to see if Campbell and the Doucette are going to play catch here. Campbell working on the puck handling. Doucette down in the far net working on his post-to-post. And there goes the puck. We'll see if it makes it down. Doucette didn't want anything to do with it here. All right, folks, so instead of listening to me ramble on here, we're going to take a quick second while we get things situated, and we'll be right back with the best information that we can give you. Okay, folks, so far, as you see there on the screen, just the 2-minute penalty for Nicholas Bass Christmas. The original 2, even though he had the puck when the first penalty got called. So far, it just looks like it's going to be a 5-on-4 here for the Max as we stand right at this current moment. Both officials at both benches. Lovett's helmet getting some serious repairs down there as it got torn right off the helmet. All kinds of craziness that was going on there. The benches were going at it. The players were going at it. Playoff hockey, baby. Another quick check on the timekeeper down there. All right, so it looks like the face-off is going to come down into the rush zone here. I've been on the side of those, on the reffing side of things, folks, and it not the easiest to keep track of melees down there. That's why a lot of the times you see the refs stand on the outside, they get the notepads out, and they start to jot things down. A lot of people question why the referee wasn't in the mix, but someone's got to get the penalties. So it looks like it's just going to be a 2-minute power play for the Max. They've got a short-handed goal, a power play goal, and an even strength goal here in this one. Down into the far end we go, to the right side of Doucette. Both goalies keeping themselves warm down there. That's one thing that a lot of people don't mention or realize is when those long breaks happen, it's a lot easier for that goalie to get cold. So to the power play go the Max. Shearer will get tossed from the face-off circle. And now the rush looking to clear. A bouncing puck up by Guinish. So working across for Trewin. Trewin drops it back there for Guinish, who's going to come through with a ton of speed. He'll drop it back. Shearer now coming through. Former East Tants Penguin down the right side. Now he makes a nice move. Inside shot, he scores. Will Shearer coast to coast like butter on toast, and it's 5-1 for the Max. So the Newfoundland Regiment product, originally drafted by the Acadie Bathurst Titans. Shearer was also the first overall pick in the MHL draft last year to the Campbellton Tigers, has since been dealt to the Truro Bearcats and then the Yarmouth Mariners. And he's got the 5th goal here for the Max. Gideon turned it over just inside the blue line. Still tied up there. I'm just trying to dig it out as Haverstock took a bump there. Trying to work it back down inside, off the referee, off the back. And that one will sting. Now is McKay down the other side. Centering pass off the skates there of Doucette. Haverstock was on the doorstep, but it bounced away from him. And look at the back check from McKay. Lewis over to the right side. Shot there, he scores. Dylan Gideon with the goal here for the Rush, and he cuts into the lead here. Now it's 5-2. Just a loose puck that found his stick. Campbell just kind of overslid a little bit there, and a nicely placed shot there from Gideon. Right back in it go the Rush. And that was just as the penalty expired. Or no, sorry folks. Those are the coincidentals from earlier. That's McNeil and Liver in there. Shearer got rid of the power play. So I don't know if you heard any of that, folks. I tried to lay off the mic there for you for a moment to catch in on the public address announcer here. So it looks like Lovett got 5 for fighting and a game misconduct. Liver had a cross-checking and a roughing penalty. McNeil, same thing. Bass Christmas, a cross-checking penalty. And anything past that, folks, you'll have to check in on the game sheet there. So we just got a new puck into play. Face-off got happened. And then boom, right back go to play once again. So we'll start right back where we were. Chipped off the wall. That's not going to have enough to get out there as it's held in by Suds. So they gave Shearer's goal unassisted, but can confirm that it was Trewin back to Guinish and then back to Shearer, who went coast to coast. So see if they change that, but I'm pretty sure the boys in red are just going to be happy with the goal up on the board, of course. Creelman now collects. Creelman now works his way through the neutral zone. Shot there, rebound was loose there for a moment. And now we're going to have some more extracurriculars. Doucette kicked the puck at Sullivan. Sullivan and McPhee got reacquainted, and now they're both going to go. Referee has seen enough, and you're in that territory now, folks, where first thing ref sees, he's just going to send them both. So it's going to be 5-on-5 here. Just over 5 minutes to go now here in the second period. Bottomley off the draw. Centers. Odell got free there. He got a stick on it, but only for a moment. Didn't get enough lumber. Front Shear heads up there. One-time shot off the glove and into the netting and out of play. Shear down to one knee. Dangerous moment there with the man coming through. I think he was licking his chops for the hit. But a good play there to not finish on that. Good face-off procedure by the Max as Bottomley came through. And now lofted up towards the net, and that was tipped up and out of play here, so 4:47 left to go here in the second period. Face off to the right of Doucette here. Puck's down. Treewin and Guinness will switch sides. Bottomley finds Odell in the slot there, and a shot that was off the stick. Now it's Berman with it. He tried to go up the left side off a skate. McLeod. Guinness got a stick on it. So to negate the icing here is Bass Christmas in. He battles with Guinness. Gideon takes a bump there from Bottomley. Now the puck's going to come free. Bottomley battling on the right side. So McPhee and Sullivan, 2 minutes each for roughing was the call. Now Shearer looking for the Hatties on Hattie watch here now as Doucette finds that loose puck. Good job by Shearer to get out of the way there. Otherwise we would have saw another mini brouhaha here. She had the pleasure of coaching Will Shearer back in the day. These Tants Penguins. Could kind of tell back then that he was ready to take the next step. Of course, a 7-inch growth spurt does help. Not taking any credit for that, by the way, folks. So Welsh off the draw. We'll move it back for Boutlier. Boutlier up the right side. Fleming got a stick on it, left it there for Strong. Strong down the right side, centering pass. Fleming got a stick on it there, but a good tie up in front. As the puck comes free, Breen down deep for Fleming. Tried to center for Welsh. Welsh works in behind the goal. It's McLean all the way back up to the left point, held in by Boutlier. Works it down for Strong. Strong down low for Fleming. Fleming's got Miller on him. Nice little move. Works in, shot there, saved Doucette, and he will hang on. 3:15 left to go here in the second period. A 5-2 lead for the Halifax Max. The faceoff's going to come to the right side of Doucette. Doucette 31 saves so far here in the game, and at the other end 6 for Campbell. No one talks about how tough it is to sit there for a couple minutes without being tested and then be pumped into the action. It's a shot there from Creelman is blocked away from Doucette. Yuzuchukwu hard on the back check now is Lewis for Gideon. Most recent rush goal scorer here. Suds picks up the loose puck. Up the left side for Haverstock. Haverstock will carry. Quick shoulder check. See where the traffic's coming from as he works in over the line. Centering pass for Yuzuchukwu. Cycle down deep. Haverstock reaching for it. Puck comes loose. Dug out. Good job by McKay as he got in there in good body position. Haverstock finishes his check. Now Creelman walks in. He'll slide it back for Suds. Coming in short there, and he rings one off the iron. 2:25 left to go. Haverstock back down for Yuzuchukwu on the right side half wall. Up for Creelman. Creelman quickly across. Suds through a crowd. Doucette able to find it through the plethora of bodies in front, and he will hang on here. 2:17 left to go now as Liver and McNeil, McPhee and Sullivan, the old party in the box is over now. So everybody back to their places. The faceoff's going to come to the right side of Doucette. Shearer and Miller on the draw. Miller will take this one. It's now McLeod back the other way. Guinness will pounce on him quickly. Bass Christmas in over the line. He tries to send it to the middle. McLeod, a chance. He's taken down. Play continues. McLeod gets the puck back. Centers off a stick. And now back the other way go the Max. That's going to be Shearer leading the charge. He's got Bottomley with him. Tried to fire it across for Odell. Hit a set of rush skates, and now back the other way is Berman. Over on the right side. In over the line. Drop pass. Nice little feed. Bass Christmas backdoor to Miller. Maybe one pass too many here. So that puck's going to be ripped around the far side. McPhee towards the goal. It was tipped, and it was tipped wide. And off the back of the net. Worked free. McPhee now will activate. Fires it towards the goal again. Campbell to save. Rebounds loose. Spin around shot. Rebound still loose in front. Referee right on sight there. He didn't lose sight of the puck. Now another shot tipped in front once again. McPhee just hammering pucks to the net here. And it's going to be Shearer coming away with it. Saucer pass. Good head-eye coordination from Deacon McPhee. That was perfectly placed. Had it got to its intended target, and now it's going to be bounced in on Campbell, and he will hang on here with 1:08 left to go here in the second period. 37-11 the shots now in favor of the Max. The face-off to the right side of Cale Campbell. Taken by the Max here off the draw. McNeil finishes his check on Breen. Sullivan, he takes a bump. In behind the goal. Rush turning it over here. A little momentum on their side right now. Breen for Strong. Strong through the middle there for Sullivan. And over the line they go. Down deep here for the Max. Strong finishes his man. Use a Chukwu in to help. Strong fired it back up to the point. Boutlier had just drifted in a little too far, so that was out of his reach. So he'll loop it back here for Breen. Breen takes a bump there. Moves it across for Boutlier. Boutlier leans into his man as that puck will go bouncing in on the net, and that's as far as it'll go as we're 23.7 seconds left to go in the second period. The faceoff's going to come in the rush zone here to the right side of Doucette now on the blocker side. Well, plenty of time here for a chance late in the period. Puck is pushed back. McLeod came through, but it's Fleming who takes it. He's going to work down the right side. Sam Fleming, a shot there. This goes wide. Now is McKay. Works it across for Breen. Good footwork there across the blue line. Seam pass. McKay drags, shoots, save. Rebound is there, and Doucette finds it. So 5 seconds. Had a tough time getting that one out. 5 seconds even here. Quick shot off the draw. Maybe get a lefty in here for this face-off. Or nope, looks like Fleming's going to try and win it right back to Haverstock. And they're just going to fire that one at the net. Doucette smartly at the buzzer. We'll play it, and maybe not here. We're going to have 0.1 second, and now they'll run it. So that'll do it here for the second period. An eventful second period, folks. Few goals, couple tussles, some ejections, some penalties, and that'll do it here for 40 minutes. A 5-2 lead here for the Max. 39-11 the shots here in favor of the boys in red. And that'll take us to the intermission. So we'll be back here in about 10 minutes' time. You're watching the 2026 Nova Scotia U18 Major Hockey League playoffs here on High Button Sports. Hang tight. We'll be back with the third period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center for period number 3 between the Max and the Rush. The Max 20 minutes away from getting the brooms out and heading on to round number 2. Once again, the Rush looking to scathe off elimination for at least one more day at minimum here. So back to center ice. If you're just joining us, Matt Doodley here with High Button Sports. We thank you for tuning in. We were almost underway there. So they were looking out for us up here. So there you go. 20 minutes up on the board. We're going to retry this. And now we are underway. So 20 miles, 20 smiles was the message in the room, I'm sure. Keep playing your game. And for the Rush, pound some pucks at the net here. It's McNeil. Loops around. He takes a bump there from Fleming as McPhee finds that loose puck. He'll get the red line to Andrea. He'll try and dump it in. Creelman, cross ice. McPhee dodges a hit there and gets the puck in deep. Back forward is Creelman in behind his own goal now. He'll move it quickly up the right side for Welsh, who runs into the sidewall. Him and Andrea get tangled up down there. Puck comes free. Fleming through the middle of the ice. Sullivan had already started to come across as the weak side winger for support when that puck goes right across the ice and did the right thing, just couldn't end up getting the puck. So now McNeil with it. He spins around, cycles it down low. Chip pass for McPhee, shot there into the back of the legs of Creelman. Sullivan takes a bump there from McPhee, but the puck will get out. Fleming's going to have to play this, and Sullivan's going to play it, and that'll be a hand pass. Very, very tough as a former player. You see the puck all of a sudden just sitting there inside the blue line. You're not thinking who touched it or how. You just can't believe that the puck is there. So a hand pass is the call. Face off just outside the Rush blue line here. Puck is down. Partnered across. Gideon leaves it there. Lewis comes in. He had that poked off his stick, but it goes down into the corner. Treewin right up for Shearer. Back the other way go the Max. Will Shearer will lead the charge. He's going to slide it over to Liver. Liver looking for Shearer at the back door, and a good job by Berman to tie him up. Shearer had a quick word with Doucette just to make sure he was okay. It's Gideon, a goal in the game. Works it all the way around. McLean had pressure from the backside. He elects to dump that right back inside the zone. Guinness in behind his own net. He'll be flushed out the left side from Bass Christmas. Guinness over to the right side for Treewin. Treewin will dump that inside the zone. Back forward is Berman. Behind the net now Strong. Trying to come away with that puck as he gets tangled up. And now back the Rush go the other way here. Coda Lewis, 1-on-2, tried to go into the stick of Treewin. Didn't work that time. Haverstock loops it back to his D-man. Treewin, the last man back here for the Max. Now Haverstock will work in behind the goal, and he'll grab that puck. He'll find some space. Nash Haverstock, the left side. Try to make a move at the offensive red line, and now it's going to go back the other way as McNeil. Quick shot there on the blocker side, and that one just goes wide, and that'll exit the zone here. I'd like to see Haverstock grab that red line, pump that in deep, and continue on with the momentum. But no harm done here so far on that one. We'll get another chance here as Haverstock up the left side for Yuzuchukwu. Quick shot coming. McKay spins around, fires it across for Breen. Breen on the left side towards the front of the goal. Puck still loose. Doucette the 2 saves. Now it's going to come right through the high slot. Referee had the whistle to the lips, but the puck came free. Now it's Cole McNeil back the other way. He'll cut to the middle. He'll find some space. McNeil, backdoor out front. Nice save, Campbell. Nice rush there from the Rush. And they get themselves a good scoring chance here a couple minutes into this third period. A face off to the left side of Cale Campbell here. Tipped up to the point. Not out though. Creelman following up. But it's the Rush who come away with it. McNeil shot there off the side of the goal and then up into the netting and out of play. 16:29 left to go. Face off, one, picked up and fired up into the netting, and we'll start right back where we were. That play was so quick, the DJ didn't even have time to switch songs. Puck's down once again. Creelman, nice exchange there with Suds. Now he'll find the glass, and that's going to go bouncing out into the neutral zone. Shear just continued on with speed. Now's McNeil. He'll lead the charge. McNeil, right side. Tried to hit the trailer, but it was bottomly back in good defensive positioning as he was able to slow things down there as the Rush will dump it in. That took a weird bounce and goes through the feet of Campbell. Suds softly up the right side for Bottomley. Knew exactly where he was going with it. MJ Bottomley. Grandson of my old coach. As he continues on. Nice little move. Stick handling in a phone booth down there over to the right side for Shearer. Wines, fires, do set the save. And he will hang on. Not sure what happened there. He looks like he's laboring a bit there. Maybe not, maybe just tired. 40th shot on goal there for the Max. 15:44 left to go. Cleanly won by the Rush here. Guinish activates from the left point. He meets Gideon there, and he's able to loft that puck back down inside the Rush zone. McLeod all the way around. That one's going to take a weird bounce, and that one's going to be no icing. Not sure why, but play continues regardless. It's a reason I'm not wearing the stripes. Fleming back up the left side. Now it's Guinish. Try to go through the middle and does, but he hits it off the skates of Welsh. Now is Sullivan. Short side chance there for Fleming. Goes up and into the netting and out of play. We'll have another stoppage here. Full sail change on the forward side here for the Rush. Fleming off the draw. He took the pass from Welsh. Now into the middle of the ice. Fires it towards a goal off the skates of Andrea. Now a backhand chance there. Good kick save there from Doucette. Fleming leans into McPhee. Takes him down. Down low for Sullivan. Looking for the return pass. Good tie up in front. Luke Andrea. Details of the game. It's Guinish. Stop up. Able to get the red line and dump it in deep. McPhee for McNeil. McNeil through the middle. Andrea just a little bit too far out of his reach. But he's going to come away with that puck still. Good second effort. Guinish down there. They tangle up. Fleming takes his man out. Now Guinish will peel it out of the crowd, and away he goes. Over the right side for Welsh. Welsh down the right side. Former Harbor Rage. Standout at that. Sullivan takes a bump down there. To the corner. Puck comes free. Guinish tried to slide it across for Breen. Lots of activation here from the Max blue line. And over the line. Strong tried to go far side. Was deflected. That goes into the corner but stays in play. Musachukwu works over to the half wall. He'll cut back the other way. Good edge work there. He's going to create some space. Shot there into the feet. Rebounds loose. Still there. Doucette battling down there. Strong in behind the net, but it's Andrea who comes away with it. He's going to loft one up and over. Bootlier played it with a high stick. Now he'll knock it down again. Somebody get this guy a ball team to play on. It's Doucette. Saw Liver coming in, and he will hang on and cover it up here. 13:34 left to go now in this third period. 42-13 the shots on goal. 37 saves for Mason Doucette so far, and that silence was me calculating, folks. Yes. McPhee chipped it off the wall. Bass Christmas couldn't get a stick on it, so Breen finds it. They'll work it back up the left side. Liver. Musachukwu in over the line now. He cuts back over to Liver on the left side. A shot there high and wide on the glove side. All the way back to the point for Bootlier. Quickly back down deep. Liver working out of the corner. Activating from the point was Bootlier. Shot towards a goal. Doucette made the save. The rebound popped out. And the defender will pump it right back to him. So we'll have a face-off here in the rush zone. Back to the point here. Max holding possession. Haverstock up for Suds. Suds down low. Shearer takes a bump, but he'll continue on. Back up top. Creelman quickly shot there. Nice block from Laporte. Intentional or not, got his body in front of it as a shot there towards a goal. Haverstock got a stick on it there for a moment. Back to Suds. Works it back for Shearer. Shearer works into the corner. Leaves it there for Haverstock. Good possession game here from the Max. Suds works down on the backhand. Centers out front. Shearer with an opportunity at the side of the goal. Couldn't find the puck. That's going to come out to the blue line. Gideon was able to get it out. Creelman back for Suds. And up ice goes Suds. And over the line, a shot there. That one just goes wide. It's Haverstock down there battling with McLean. He takes a bump. Back to the point for Creelman. Moves it over to the left side there for Suds. Suds returns a favor. Creelman back down low. Shearer working out of the corner. He'll work right down the middle. Turns, fires. Shot was blocked. Finds a loose puck. Back out front. Suds. Opportunity shot there. Off the glass. Puck bounced right back out front. Now Suds holds the line. Shearer. Centering pass. What a feed. Creelman shot there off the post. What a no-look pass there from Will Shearer. Maybe use the glass for the reflection. Now it's just going to work back up top for Shearer. He winds. He doesn't shoot. He holds on. To the backhand. Tried to center into the crease. Puck still bouncing out at the blue line. Creelman. Nice little chip play as he gets around the forechecker. Creelman carries it down deep. Shearer will head to the bench. Fleming joins the party. Odell into the high slot. Spin around shot McKay. That one goes wide. Fleming looking for it. Rush looking for the exit. Gideon now is going to find that loose puck. He's going to have a step down the left side. Quick shot there. That one goes wide as Creelman was hot on the scene. Fleming blows a tire. Now Creelman will pick it back up. Creelman quickly across for Suds on the left side. Bottomley gets the red line. Nice little move. Tripped up. Arm in the air and a delayed penalty on the way here to the rush as they will touch up now. So the Max will head to the power play here. With its number 21, Austin Miller. Two minutes for tripping, and in the out-of-town scoreboard in the U18 league, it's a 2-0 lead for the Cape Breton West Islanders over the Valley Wildcats here. Just 2 minutes into the second period, so keep an eye on that one if you're looking for it, obviously just on the home page here. The power play Max. Fleming working it around the zone. Back up top, Guinish fires it back over to the right side. Shot coming, that was blocked before it could get to the net. Back for Treewin. Ready to rumble there, looking for a pass option. He'll move it for Guinish. Guinish gives it back to Treewin. Treewin. Now Guinish blows a tire. Guthrow left it there for Andrea. Didn't have enough steam to get off to the races. Luke Andrea back the other way. He'll fire a shot there. Campbell to save. The rebound's loose. Another opportunity. Second save. Third save. Fourth one. Treewin there. All kinds of chaos in front of the net. Now we're going to have a penalty here as the ref right on scene. And what a play there from Treewin. Not sure if you could tell from your vantage point at home there, but 3 point-blank saves for Campbell. Puck stayed loose. And then Treewin came in behind and he kicked one out of the back of the net. So it's going to be Bottomley cross-checking. Not a terrible penalty to take, so that'll get rid of the penalty. So we'll go 4-on-4 for a minute 15, and then the Max will get a 45-second abbreviated power play here. But a good sequence there from both sides. The Rush pounding away at a couple chances, but Cale Campbell staying strong and got a little help from his defender. And now we're going to have our quick TV timeout, so we'll step aside here for just a moment, and we will be right back. All right, folks, that'll do it for the quick timeout. 9:58 left to go here in the third period. 4-on-4 hockey. Lots of space out there. Quickly across to the right side. McLeod picks it up on the backhand. Welsh picks it up here. Nice little move into the forehand. Right side shot there, a knuckling puck. As Breen picks it up. Welsh takes a bump down there. Looks like he's going to be okay as Sullivan gets it down to Welsh. Welsh, McNeil taking a couple runs out there, trying to catch some guys not looking as he'll throw another hit at Breen. Sullivan on the right side, stopped up. Left it there as Boutlier works in behind now, beneath the goal line, works in behind the goal. Comes around up top. Holds on, moves it across there for Sullivan. Sullivan walking in, shot there. The rebound comes free, and Breen was right there, but the puck bounced over his stick. So now Boutlier. 10 seconds left to go in the Miller penalty, and then the Rush will get a power play. Boutlier got that puck in deep. Miller back to his feet and ready to return. So power play here for the Rush for another 44 seconds. Down the line, left side, shot there off the outside of the post, and the net's going to come off the pegs. So that'll stop play. 8:34 left to go. And another 37 seconds left to go in the Bottomley penalty. A face off to the right side of Cale Campbell here. Cleanly by the Max. They're going to win that draw, and that's going to be sent the length. Half a minute to go here on the power play as Uset will move it up for McPhee. McPhee into the middle of the ice. As Miller. Got that poked off his stick. As Strong was able to get it across ice. Yuzuchukwu now. And the coach will make a nice catch over there on the Rush bench, and he'll fire that one back into play as the faceoff will stay inside the Rush zone. 12 seconds left to go here in the penalty to Bottomley. That's going to be won by the Rush here off the ensuing faceoff. Bass Christmas takes the outlet pass. He fired it through the middle. Nobody home for the Rush. Creelman will eat ice. And that's going to do it there for the power play as Bottomley back to game play. Beating out that icing was Yuzuchukwu. Bottomley will stay on the ice. Bench management. So up the left side goes Miller now. Cross ice for Bass Christmas. Now Suds. He's going to find the loose puck. He'll walk in over the line. Drags to the backhand. Centering off the pad. And Doucette kicked it aside. Berman turned it over towards the front of the goal. Bottomley off the side of the net. Now it's going to go back the other way. Bass Christmas got a stick on it, but that's as far as it'll go. Shearer. Saucered it across there for Suds. Suds to the red line and deep. Looked around, didn't have a direct pass, so he fired it in deep. Coach will never be upset with that. Liver working out of the corner. Liver still with it. He'll carry it right across the far side for Shearer. Shearer, drag move. Now he's going to work to the front of the goal. Cut back move, gets around McLeod. Shearer back up top for Guinish. Guinish back for Shearer. Shearer back for Guinish. One-time chance there right into the glove. Liver was looking for the deflection in front. 6:50 left to go now here in the third period. Time ticking away here for the Rush. And the Max are just under 7 minutes from punching their ticket to the semifinals here. Obviously, we'll await their opponent. If the Islanders take the game today against the Valley, then all 4 teams will be through to the next round. And we'll wait to see who the opponents will be. So Guinish now works it around to the far side. Shearer, good patience. He'll fire across ice right onto the stick of Bottomley. Bottomley slides it through for Liver. Liver, spin around. Nice move to the front of the net. Puck still there. Nice save on Bottomley. Almost said nice save Bottomley. Guinish now walks in. He makes a nice move. Hit a stick on his shot, and that's going to go up and out of play. So another face-off here. And once again, Guinish with a big smile on his face. So Guinness, another Eagles prospect from right here in Cape Breton. The puck's going to be won cleanly, and that's going to exit the zone here as Treewin back for it. Partners it across for Guinness. Back for Treewin. Treewin up the right side. McKay gets a stick on it, and that'll go in deep. McLeod initiates contact. Haverstock couldn't knock that one down. So a man would have knocked it down, though. So now they'll tangle up in the corner here. Strong, Haverstock, McNeil, McLeod, and Miller down there. Referee yelling at them to get it going. So will come free now. Fleming just relentless on the forecheck there. That scrum would have took every last bit of my energy. Guinness walks in, shakes the first defender, hangs on towards the front of the goal. Pulled out of the crowd. McKay couldn't find it. Two set down in the butterfly. Berman chips it off the wall. McNeil is pestered there from Haverstock. Fleming on him. Haverstock joins the party. Puck is poked back to the far side. Worked around. Haverstock takes a bump there from McNeil. Guinness activates from the left point as he enters the offensive zone. Fleming finds Haverstock. Fleming battling down there. Just relentless pressure here. Sam Fleming, he'll take a bump. Austin Miller pins him up against the sidewall. McKay in to help out. Puck comes free. McKay with it on the left side. Berman runs into his man. In to help out was Odell, and came in so fast the impact knocked him down, but right back to his feet now is Treewin. Works it back for Guinness. Guinness towards the front of the goal off a set of skates, and now it's Colin McNeil's going to go back the other way. Spins, back pass, couldn't get it out. McKay, opportunity, drag, shoots. Rebound, or I say rebound, but never did quite make its way to the net. Not sure how. Fleming must be in some shape here. He's out there still battling. As back the other way goes Bass Christmas, and now it's going to be stopped up as Welsh got caught on the back check. Thought for sure McNeil was going to send that sprawling, but he actually flipped it back to Welsh there, who's going to be penalized here. So back to the power play go the Rush. It's a holding call. So the face-off's going to come down inside the Halifax Max zone here. It's Odell on the draw. And that was also Coda Lewis on the draw there, but Max will win that one and send that to 200 feet. Underneath 4 minutes to go now. And the Rush are going to need one soon here. Nice move there. It's Lewis under the stick. Takes a bump there from Odell. Worked around to the far side. Breen followed up, but the puck goes back down deep. Towards the front of the goal, Campbell had to be sharp there and was. So that puck just sitting at the side post. So face off to the right side of Campbell now. Be won by the Rush, but it's taken by the Max now is Sullivan. He'll head north on shorthanded. Poked off his stick, and now back the other way. Down the left side, drags. Stopped up was McLeod. He'll carry. Tries to cycle it down low. Now back the other way is Strong with Sullivan. 2-on-0 here. Strong keeps, shoots, save, Doucette. And he's just going to keep things rolling here. It's McLeod. Big save there from Mason Doucette. So now Colin McNeil's going to pick it up here for the Rush. He'll rush the other way. Down the left side now. Good head of steam. Walks in. Shoots there. And that one just goes high and wide. All the way to the blue line. McPhee towards the goal. Tipped into the side of the goal. And they had a chance. But it just rolled off the stick. McPhee fake towards the front of the net and fires it down deep. Underneath 3 minutes to go here now. 30 seconds left to go here in the penalty to River Welsh. The Rush looking for a power play goal here. McNeil tried the toe drag, didn't work this time. Towards the front of the goal, blocked. Creelman going to pick it up. He'll loft that up and over. Sullivan looking for it. Him and Rush defender now is Andrea all alone to the forehand. Nice save, Cale Campbell, but what a flash of skill there from Luke Andrea. The first-year forward, the former Jonal Jim Cougar, with some nifty stick handling there, and he gets in all alone, but Cale Campbell up to the task here on this one. So 47-18 the shots now in favor of the Macs. Good zone time here from the rush here on this power play, just another 9 seconds. It's McPhee through a crowd, tipped in front, rebound was there, and that one just goes up and over the pad. And that'll do it here for the power play. As you see Welsh enter the screen there just below. It's Breen battling down there. All the way around to the far side for MJ Bottomley. Bottomley carries, waits, dodges a hit there, and he'll continue on. Another one, dodged a hit. Shearer got it up to the blue line. Breen able to hold the line, but now it'll get out. Back all the way across. 100 seconds to go here. Shearer in his own zone. Cut back move. Guthrow on him. Good forecheck. Finishes his check. Shearer got away with one there. I think maybe a little bit harder of a slash, and that would have been a penalty. So Shearer works his way down the left side. Cuts back into the middle. Shot there. Save made. Doucette with Shearer looking for the Hattie. Bottomley, good job to hold off for the D. Back to the point. Bottomley, shake move. Gets around the first defender. Continues on down the left side. Cuts to the middle. McPhee got in his way. Breen showing off the ups here. And that's going to be played with a hand pass. That's what I was just about to say. So the play is going to be whistled dead here. 1 minute and 7 seconds left to go. Rush 3 goals down. Max feeling pretty good here about their chances moving on to this one. Breen now off the draw. He's going to find that puck, and he'll go cross corner dump. Nate McKay. So last minute to play here in the third period. Through the middle of the ice, Haverstock. There's that hand-eye coordination I knew he had. Down the left side, Andrea. Centering pass, Andrea's taken down. Play continues. He's having a look there at the official, but the Macs are going to go back the other way. Berman takes out Yuzachukwu. Haverstock will get in the forecheck up the left side for Andrea. He takes a bump there from McKay. And they're both tangled up now as the puck comes right in front of us here. Berman off the glass and in the zone. 1/4 minute to go here in the third. Joseph Breen. He'll keep and he'll carry. He's looking to get the red line. He does. He fires it in deep. 15 seconds left to go here in this one. Berman chipped off the wall. All the way back for Haverstock. He's going to carry it back in his zone. 10 seconds left to go now. So he'll work it back for Boutlier. And that will pretty well do it here. And that will do it here. 60 minutes come and gone. The Halifax Macs with a 3-game sweep here with a 5-2 victory here in member 2. They'll punch their ticket to the semifinals. We'll await their opponent. Keep an eye on the league website or the social media pages for the next matchup. So doesn't look like they're even going to shake hands here. Or maybe they will. Actually, they're going to pull their players back. So that will conclude coverage here of this one. We once again thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. Congrats to the Macs. It's not the end of the road for the Rush just yet. So we have the second bracket. And we'll await all the opponents for that before we get things underway. So that said, my name is Matt Doodley here for High Button Sports. Once again, thank you very much. And if you're traveling, drive safe.